Nintendo is, as far as we have this, this is an idea wiki, but this might actually become a real thing. And the next, you know, yeah, but of course, this is not, it starts off with the Mario movie, and we're gonna get probably Donkey Kong, Zelda. It's already confirmed to gain a Zelda movie. It's already confirmed to gain a Luigi's Mansion movie. Okay. It's already confirmed we'll probably get a Donkey Kong movie as well. So we'll gain, four more movies in this universe as well. I think that's why Nintendo is making their own movie studio, because Rumination can only make so many movies. Because they can get a Donkey Kong movie, we get a Zelda movie, a Metroid movie, and a Luigi's Mansion movie. That's the movies that are confirmed. But there's one other franchise I think we'll probably get a movie of, and that is Pokemon, obviously. This is the idea for Pokemon Kanto. Okay, yo. And and basically there's already an idea online for a Nintendo Cinematic Universe as well. And I wonder if the Sonic movies will tie in, because I know Sonic is in Super Smash Bros. If the Sonic movies will inevitably tie in to the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Because we have the Sonic movies as well. Both of them. They're not really part. They're loved by most Sonic fans. And probably except for CWC, probably found out that they made, Sonic's arms blue. It's funny, CWC when it came out of jail right after. It's like a confirmed Sonic's hands are blue. Like, Sega confirmed that. Okay. We have people like Mario the Plumber and, CWC are going to be pissed off about that. But again, those people are not around anymore. Let's thank God for that. But yeah. I wonder if the Sonic movies, because I know Sonic is in Super Smash Bros., will tie in to the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Because Nintendo and Sega are now buddies. They had, considering the fact that, Sonic is in every Smash Bros. Game since Brawl. Okay. And they have the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games as well. It would make sense if they make a Super Smash Bros. Movie and we'll see Sonic, arrive in the movie, probably either using the rings from the Sonic and ending up in this universe. I think that could happen. And then we have the Sonic animated characters with all the Nintendo characters. And I think fans will be excited about that, because they'll see, this is based, a Smash Bros. Movie will be just as big as Avengers. Probably even bigger, okay? People say nothing will ever top the Avengers, okay, in terms of hype, okay? But Nintendo will probably do just that, okay? We probably have Nintendo Studios, Nintendo Animation probably will be created. And that means Universal will probably have 3 animation studios. They'll have Illumination, okay, and DreamWorks, which DreamWorks is actually an independent studio that works with Universal, okay, and we'll also have Nintendo Animation, which will be owned by Nintendo, obviously, and they'll also work and publish movies under, Universal, because that's who they're working with. That's who they're working with, the theme parks. That's who they're working with, the movies. So it's going to be, and Disney is committing suicide. So yeah, we're going to enter a golden age of animated movies as well. And they said that the next 2 movies that are not Mario related, obviously, are going to be Metroid and Zelda. That's what all the leaks are saying. All the current leakers are saying that, yeah, those are the next 2 movies that are not around Mario. Okay, not around Luigi and Donkey Kong, not the Mario movie sequel, because the post-credit scenes are setting up a Mario movie sequel. Okay, and we're also going to get the Donkey Kong spin-off. That's what Seth Rogen wants, a Donkey Kong Country movie, which means they'll get introduced to King K. Rool. Hopefully they use King K. Rool and not, the Tikis. Okay, everybody, that, I think King K. Rool will be a better villain. He's much more recognized. He's much more, even though he has been around since, the 90s, since the 2000s and 90s. Okay, I think King K. Rool make a better villain than the Tikis and the Seal that they made as Donkey Kong, the Walrus guy that they made as Donkey Kong, tropical freeze villain. Okay, nobody remembers that guy. Okay, nobody remember the Tikis. People remember more, but King K. Rool is the character that everybody remembers. So I think Nintendo should not be stupid and not use King K. Rool. Okay, so be not be stupid and use King K. Rool. You know, basically use that villain as well because people know who King K. Rool is. I hope in the Mario movie sequel they use some of the other Mario villains or Bowser gets his revenge. But I think in like a second or fourth Mario movie it makes sense if they use another Mario villain for and another one of the Mario characters from the more obscure series as well. You know, and they also even talked about Kid Icarus. There could be a Kid Icarus animated film coming as well. And honestly, there was gonna be a Pokemon movie as well. As well. So yeah. Because we had Detective Pikachu. That is kind of a movie that everybody forgot about, but yeah, Detective Pikachu exists, and that movie was the first movie that really broke the video game curse. But I think what they should do is what they do with Puss in Boots, okay, and the bad guys, okay, with Pokemon. You know, it can still be 3D animation, but they can use 2D anime art style elements in a Pokemon movie. Okay, I think that could definitely work, and not use whether this art style is for Pokemon as well. But yeah, we know they're making a Zelda movie. We know they're making a Metroid movie. And wouldn't be surprised if we get a Pokemon movie. We get a Splatoon movie. Because that's another one that tells big IPs. An Animal Crossing movie, a Kirby movie, a Super Smash Bros. Movie eventually. And I won't be too surprised if Sonic ties, even though Sonic is made by Paramount Studios, if those movies tie in to the Nintendo movies as well. Okay? As well. And, this was, there's an ideas fandom wiki. Okay? But now this whole idea of a Nintendo universe. Okay? This is gonna offset the MCU. Okay? This is gonna offset the MCU, obviously. Okay, the MCU is currently the highest grossing as well. And we're going to be getting, and yeah, Detective Pikachu is probably gonna maybe tie in, but I wouldn't count on that one as well. We're gonna get Kirby, okay? We're gonna get a Zelda, Mario, okay? And I wouldn't be too surprised if Paramount collaborates with the Sonic movies as well, you know. And maybe Warner Bros. Might collaborate with Detective Pikachu in that movie. Those movies might get, but I think with Pokemon, they might make it basically Detective Pikachu is its own separate thing, and they have a new Pokemon movie about Red and his Kanto journeys as well. Basically, very similar to Pokemon Origins and what takes place as well. Okay, as well. So we have Mario movie coming out. And I wouldn't be surprised if all the plans for the Nintendo Cinematic Universe comes afterwards. All the announcements. So Zelda movie probably come out next year. Wouldn't be too surprised. Metroid movie, Donkey Kong movie, Luigi's Mansion, Mario movie sequel, of course, coming. Kirby, and of course the Sonic movies to tie in to the Nintendo Cinematic Universe and the inevitable Super Smash Bros. Movie. People are like, that's never gonna work. Oh wait, the Super Smash Bros. Already exists as a Nintendo already created Super Smash Bros. As a franchise. Okay. So Nintendo could use Super Smash Bros. The idea and branding and basically make it like the Avengers of the Mario universe. Okay. And obviously, they can use, and obviously third party franchises, for example, Sonic, can tie in as well. They can also make a movie. Heck, I think even a movie like Arms could do well. Okay. As well. Like we have this year, Sonic here. We have two Sonic, Mario, Zelda, Pikachu, Pokemon Red, Boo, as well. And they could do phases similar to what Marvel's doing. Okay, which means this will be the second example of a cinematic universe. Okay, the second successful cinematic universe. Because I think Nintendo's the only company that can really do this whole cinematic universe. Correct? DC could if they got their act together, but you know, they're confirming this is gonna happen. They're almost confirming this is gonna happen. Okay, and we know the confirmed movie. Okay, we know the confirmed movies. We know Zelda is happening. Okay, Metroid is happening. Okay, Metroid is most likely probably get greenlit. Okay, which means that's gonna be happening. Luigi's Mansion, according to weeks, has been greenlit before the Mario movie has come out. Okay, and we know they're likely gonna greenlight a Mario movie sequel right away, and Donkey Kong movie right away. Donkey Kong Country movie. Okay. And we'll probably get a Kid Icarus movie. We'll probably get a Pikmin movie. We'll probably get a Pokemon movie. Okay. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Sonic ties into the Super Smash Bros. Movie. Okay. And this will be basically bigger than the MCU. Okay. And why is this bigger than the MCU? Okay. And this will probably make, because Smash Bros. Very similar to the MCU, has made characters that nobody knows about. Okay. Okay, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Let's use Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for example. Okay. Some of the characters that they have put into Smash Bros. Okay. I have never heard of before they got put into Smash Bros. Okay. I didn't know who the main character Persona was. And they had Joker to Super Smash Bros. Okay. And let's forget the examples of characters that people have never heard of before they were put into Smash Bros. The whole reason why Fire Emblem is such a big thing, you can thank this franchise, okay, the Super Smash Bros., for Fire Emblem's existence, basically. Okay, Fire Emblem's popularity is because of Super Smash Bros. Kid Icarus. The whole reason why we got Kid Icarus Uprising was because Sakurai put Pit in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Okay. And now there's rumors that Kid Icarus could be coming back with a remaster to see if people actually like Kid Icarus. Okay. And I think the other example is Xenoblade. Okay. Nobody knew outside of, small circles online what Xenoblade was. Okay. And now we have 3 Xenoblade games because Salk got put into Super Smash Bros. Okay. As well. And I won't be too surprised if ARMS get sequels in the future as well, because they put ARMS into Super Smash Bros. And I know I don't really like Min Min all too much. Okay, besides the fact that Min Min is considered one of the most broken characters in the entire game, but now people know what ARMS is. Now I think ARMS 2 will probably sell way more copies than ARMS 1. Xenoblade is now can stand against Nintendo's other series, which means it can make money. Okay. As well. The Nintendo fandom has never been bigger than it is right now. Okay. For example, look at the Nintendo Switch sales. Okay. Nintendo Switch has sold 122 million copies. Look at some of these game sales. Okay. Animal Crossing New Horizons best selling in the series. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe best selling in the series. Smash Bros. Ultimate best selling in the series. Breath of the Wild best selling in the series. Mario Odyssey best selling 3D Mario game. Obviously. Super Mario Party best selling Mario Party game. Obviously. And Pokemon Sword and Shield are some of the best selling Pokemon games in a while. Okay. Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can use the argument of best selling Pokemon spin-off. Splatoon 3 will probably outpass Splatoon 2. Okay, Luigi's Mansion, best selling Luigi's Mansion game. Okay. Mario Maker 2 outsold the first Mario Maker. Kirby Forgotten Land, the best-selling Kirby game of all time. Mario Tennis Aces is probably the best-selling Mario Tennis game of all time. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is not the best-selling Donkey Kong game of all time, obviously, but it still sold a lot of copies as well. Okay. And Zelda Skyward Sword HD is the best-selling Zelda remake. Okay, I think, Ocarina of Time 3D sold more. Okay, sorry about that one. Ocarina of Time 3D sold more. Okay. And Yoshi's Crafted World, I don't know if that outsold Yoshi's Island, but it is one of the best-selling Yoshi's games. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 outsold the first Xenoblade as well. Okay. You know, Nintendo has only broken. People said, "Oh, the Nintendo Switch is a failure." Metroid Dread is also the best selling Metroid game, basically as well. Okay, but the Nintendo Switch was such a failure, and such a failure of a console that basically all these games are the best sellers of the franchises. Mario Strikers Battle League outsold the first two, the first Mario Strikers and the Wii one as well. Okay, so even if some people are not satisfied, for example, West D Meats is not like he's to continue doing his good work of criticizing Nintendo, modern Nintendo, you know, but he actually does actual good criticism, unlike the people on 4chan, okay, calling Tears of the Kingdom $70 DLC, even though it's supposed to be a separate game, okay, as well, But this is the huge, and now we're gonna have Mario movie, which is gonna probably be one of the best selling animated movies of all time, and yeah. And yeah, this is likely going to be dethroned too. The Lion King remake is likely to be dethroned by the Super Smash Bros. Movies. Okay, Frozen's gonna be dethroned as well. Okay, but the current highest selling, okay, animated franchise is Despicable Me. Okay, and the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. When the Nintendo Cinematic Universe was gonna become the highest grossing animated series of all time, probably for a while. Okay, you know, if it's gonna be up there with the MCU, okay, and maybe by that, maybe finally people take animation seriously, okay. We already know DreamWorks does, okay. DreamWorks is still, DreamWorks used to be hit and miss, but DreamWorks, yes, they're making trolls still, but that's because those movies make money. So of course, DreamWorks is to make those movies until they stop making money, but yeah, Pixar's gonna be dethroned, okay. You know, so how much money has Pixar made total? Okay, Pixar movies as well. So yeah, we look at Pixar here. So total Pixar's movies is 14.9 million. So for Nintendo Cinematic Universe, including Illumination slash Nintendo Animation, they're gonna have to make $15 billion. Probably more because, of course, they're still making movies. Obviously, they're still making Elemental, Inside Out, as well, you know, too. That's gonna probably make a lot of money. Toy Story 4, Toy Story 5 is being made as well. And I think they're making another movie. It's like Elio or something as well. That's coming out. But again, Disney, Pixar's really lost a lot of opportunities because of the pandemic. They used to be the big dog, but they're being dethroned essentially. Okay, we can see if the Mario movie has any Rotten Tomato scores. No, it doesn't. But yeah, we already covered the critic scores of the Mario movie. Okay, that the fact that the critic scores are overwhelmingly positive for that movie. It will probably be, I'm predicting it'll be around 70 to 80%. Okay, there was one critic that didn't like the movie, and that was it. Okay, but yeah, it's basically about this video here. So yeah, picks Nintendo sit back US could default the MCU. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, could default the MCU. Could Nintendo default the MCU? Because Nintendo could default the MCU. Okay, so the current gross of the MCU is $28 billion. Okay, and let's not forget that if my movie makes $1 billion, that's already a pretty big start. Okay, for the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Okay, if my movie makes $1 billion, they're definitely gonna go all full down on the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. You're gonna have Nintendo's gonna probably agree on so many projects as well for the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. as well. As well. So yeah. So many people who grew up in the 90s and yes, 2000s too, and 80s. This is probably like one of the big dreams that Nintendo could make movies someday and they could make billions of dollars and they could be essentially Disney. Okay, Nintendo is gonna basically be is gonna be going toe to toe with Disney. Okay, toe to toe with Disney. Okay, you know, and Nintendo could definitely make some of the rest of the IPs more popular using the movies. Kirby, you know, Kirby is not as big as other Nintendo IPs. I know I love Kirby, but Kirby Forgotten Land only sold 6 million copies. It's not, well, it is one of Nintendo's bigger franchises, but it's not in the big guys, in the big leagues. Okay, but that's Splatoon. Fire Emblem, obviously, Kid Icarus, Arms as well, and and of course Advance Wars too. They could make an Advance Wars movie eventually too, using Nintendo's other IPs as well to grow those IPs again. Okay, not just the Mario movies as well, not just all these other series, but yep. Could Nintendo dethrone Marvel? Only time will tell about this one. But yeah, if Nintendo is working with Universal to ensure the movies have quality, well, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is in safe hands because Nintendo is going to make sure the movies are good. They made sure the Mario movie was good. So Universal is going to be is now going to be the top dog in terms of gross because Universal also has Fast and the Furious and stuff, but now they have the entire Nintendo catalog of IPs and stuff they can use to make billions of dollars. Animal Crossing movie would make $1 billion. Splatoon movie would make $1 billion. Zelda would make $1 billion. Okay, Pokemon would obviously make $1 billion. Pokemon could probably beat Avatar. Okay, Pokemon could fucking beat Avatar. Okay, Pokemon could beat Avatar. Okay, Pokemon could beat Avatar. Okay, and Nintendo is really going to take this seriously. Okay, and especially if Game Freak gets involved, because they know how much money a Pokemon movie would make if they actually took a Pokemon movie seriously. Okay, Detective Pikachu did come out, but again, if Mario is as big as it is gonna be, and if they use if they make a Pokemon because Detective Pikachu is a spinoff. I'm not saying a Pokemon movie series could dethrone Avatar as the biggest movie series. Nintendo could dethrone Avatar as the highest grossing movie series. A Smash Bros. Movie could dethrone Avengers as the biggest crossover movie as well. But yeah, that's basically what this video here. Goodbye.